Hello everyone, and welcome to day 9, when the fog finally cleared. First up was my DSA lecture. We started with a revision of how stacks work and then immediately tackled some advanced questions involving monotonic stacks. The most interesting problem of the day was the celebrity problem from Geeks for Geeks. It was a fascinating problem that involved a matrix, and the professor explained the optimal solution with such ease and professionalism. After that, we covered next greater element, but this one had a catch: the list was circular. This means you can wrap around the list to find the next greater element for items at the end, instead of just defaulting to -1. Finally, we tackled a LeetCode Hard problem, largest rectangle in histogram. This was a classic and challenging monotonic stack application on which I tried applying the base logic of finding the area of histogram from scratch. Next, for my daily LeetCode practice, I tackled those 3 stack problems on my own. I managed to write most of the code, but a few syntax errors tripped me up. After a little AI debugging, I got all 3 submitted. As promised, let's quickly break down the celebrity problem. The goal is to find the one person in a group who everyone knows, but who knows no one. The clever stack solution works like this. 1. Push everyone, 0 to n the 1, onto a stack. 2. Repeatedly pop 2 people, A and B. 3. Ask, does A know B? 4. If yes, A can't be the celebrity, they know someone. Discard A, push B back. 5. If no, B can't be the celebrity, someone doesn't know them. Discard B, push A back. You repeat this until only one person is left. This is your potential celebrity. The final, crucial step is to verify this candidate. Check their row to make sure they know no one, all zeros, and their column to make sure everyone knows them, all ones. As you can see, the code ran and got accepted. And that was all for the DSA part of the day. Next up is machine learning. In my last video, I used the Foggy Hill Analogy to understand the theory of linear regression. Today was all about bridging that gap from theory to practice, connecting that analogy directly to the Python code. With a little help from Gemini, I finally had that click moment. It's like the fog cleared, and I'm now crystal clear on how this entire engine works. First, the cost function, like mean squared error, is our altitude. It's a single number that tells us exactly how high up the hill we are, or how wrong our model is. The goal is to get this number as low as possible. Next, the gradient function is our compass. It doesn't just point north, it calculates and points in the exact direction of the steepest downhill path to reduce our error. Finally, gradient descent is the hiker. It looks at the compass, the gradient, and takes a step of a specific size, the learning rate, $\alpha$. It repeats this process, taking iterative steps downhill until it automatically finds the valley floor, the best fit line for our data. I spent most of my time really digging into this core logic, and I'm so glad I did. Because as proof that I've got it, later in this video, I'm putting this all to the test by writing the entire linear regression model from scratch. After that, it was time for my daily language practice. Today was German, and I extended my streak to day 296. Here is an enhanced version of that script segment. After that, I switched gears to my daily language practice. Today was German, and I'm proud to say I've officially extended my streak to an incredible day 296. The grind doesn't stop. Today's lesson was a deep dive into tenses, learning to talk about the past, present, and future. I also added some essential new words to my vocabulary, like spielen, to play, fussball, football, joggen, to jog, jeden Tag, every day, warum, why. To really test myself, I jumped into an XP ramp-up challenge. This put me in a competitive zone, and I just kept grinding, watching my score climb all the way to the first spot on the leaderboard. A perfect way to finish the session. Next up was my daily trading session. I jumped on the terminal, checked the Forex Factory calendar, and analyzed gold, XAU USD. 1 hour into the London session, I noticed there had already been a significant fall, and the overall market structure looked bearish. My bias was also for a sell, so I took my position. I managed my stop loss, risked 1% as usual, and set my $50 SL and $150 TP for a 1:3 risk to reward. The market was consolidating a lot. I looked at euro to US dollar and pound sterling to US dollar, but honestly, I couldn't figure them out. The fall in gold was unusual, and the other pairs were behaving strangely. Instead of just staring at the screen, I set my SL and TP and went to the gym. When I came back, I saw I had hit my stop loss. Again. To be honest, I am having a really hard time with trading. I haven't had a single profitable trade on this new account. I'm now down $200, which means I'm only $100 away from blowing this account. This would be the 5th or 6th account I've blown. Trading is proving to be very, very difficult. But I will have more time to revise my strategy. After the gym, I got back to coding. As promised, I was going to apply my linear regression knowledge and write the model from scratch. First, I had to find a dataset, which was honestly a challenge. Even on Kaggle, it was hard to find a simple one. I eventually found a dataset relating weight and height. I wrote the entire code from scratch, with no help from AI or any other source. I did run into a major error. The cost function was giving a scaling error. The numbers were getting so large they were overflowing what the computer could store. I fixed this by scaling down my x and y values, just by dividing them by 100. After that, it finally ran. I set the learning rate, alpha, to 0.01 and the number of iterations to 100,000. It took a long time to compute, but it was worth it. I got my best fit line. You can see a clear relationship between height and weight, with most points clustered in the average range and a few outliers. This was my simple linear regression model with 2 parameters. Tomorrow, I'm going to tackle a model with more than 2 parameters and see what new challenges that brings. Next up was my reading session. As I finished Can't Hurt Me in the last video, I'm starting a new book, 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel. I read the first 10 pages today, and the short summary of the first 2 chapters of 0 to 1. Chapter 1, The Challenge of the Future. This chapter introduces the book's core idea, 0 to 1, or vertical progress. This means creating something entirely new, technology, versus 1 to n, which is horizontal progress, or copying existing things, globalization. Thiel argues that true, world-changing progress comes from this 0 to 1 innovation. Chapter 2, Party Like It's 1999. This chapter analyzes the aftermath of the dot-com crash. Thiel claims Silicon Valley learned the wrong lessons, leading to conventional wisdom like making only small, incremental advances and staying lean, unplanned. He argues the opposite is true. It's better to be bold, a bad plan is better than no plan, competitive markets destroy profits, and sales are as crucial as the product. The final task of the day was my quant prep. I'm still on differentiation, and it was challenging today. I was making silly mistakes, like jumping straight to trigonometric identities instead of applying algebraic identities first. This led to long, messy problems with the wrong answers. I finally took a step back, checked an example, and saw my mistake. It was right in front of my eyes. I went back, applied the correct identity first, and bang, the problem started to solve. At this pace, I think I'll be done with differentiation this week, and then it's on to integration. And for the gym part, today was a pull day, and I targeted my back and biceps, for which I did 2 sets each of lat pull-down, seated wide grip rows, V-bar row, dumbbell shrugs, and good mornings. Then for biceps I did 2 sets each of hammer curls, preacher curls, and incline dumbbell curls. And that was the entire session. So, that was all for day 9. We'll meet tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
The duality of the grind.